an almost flawless start there from Team Heretics. I'm now joined by their head coach, Neil Zinio. Now, after that map, you guys are 3-1 against Fnatic on Lotus alone this year. It always feels like you have their number, you know what they're doing. Why is that, and how did you pull off such a dominant start on that map today?
Yeah, I think for us, like, Lotus has always been one of our better maps. Like, it was our best map last year. It was probably our best map before Sunset came into the map pool. So we're always really confident on it. And yeah, like, they haven't changed too much. So, you know, we know kind of how they're going to play and how they're going to react. And we also played pretty well too. Like, we had some crazy shots that helps. So, yeah.
And what did you make of Benji's performance on that map?
Yeah, he was insane. Benji was insane. Everyone played insane. So it helps when you do that. You know, when you're hitting headshots like that, it's really difficult for them.
Thank you very much, Neil, and best of luck on that too.
Heretics make a statement, kind of like, well, knifing someone like Alfier, who probably shouldn't have stood up there, buddy.
Yeah, stand up against these guys and get sat down in this game. What a stomp from Team Heretics to start. This is the map that has defined Fnatic for so long. They've been the kings of EMEA on this very map, and they just got rolled.
In fact, it was their hardest loss on Lotus ever.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a 13-3, but do you guys remember when we were in China and Heretics had a comp that it wasn't really working on bind, so they were like, let's just take G2's comp, and then they went on to play G2 and we were like, oh my god, G2's gonna smash them, like they know exactly how to use this composition. Yeah, well, Heretics definitely gave them a lesson on how to interpret this map, how to play with the retakes, and how to choose and be very careful of the battles that you pick.
And these defensive sides for Heretics was absolutely lovely. The retakes in particular, I think, were really well put together, and we saw some head scratchers from Fnatic. This one where they're trying to execute into C after waiting really late into this round, then they get stalled by a kill shot, run out of time, end up losing this round. Fnatic really looked out of sorts. A lot of moments where players weren't swinging together, where players were straight up whipping shots, and you contrast that against a Team Heretics who look like they are playing at their peak right now.
And I'm going to just say this. I mean, look, Fnatic, I understand why they got rattled here. Because you come into this Lotus and you're like, okay, guys, this is it. This is our map. This is our jam, and it doesn't work out for you. Yeah.
Look at that stat. Out of 8 post-spawns Fnatic had, Team Heretics won the retake on 5 of them.
Yeah.
Goodness
That's the
gracious.
thing, but when you think and you look at this composition, it's very default heavy. You can take your time, you have a lot of utility. And for example, when we swapped the sides, even though we didn't get to see a lot of the Fnatic's defense, we saw a lot of productivity coming from them. Why?
Yeah.
Why, really? Like, is the score getting to your head? And at some point, we even saw the camera on Boaster, and he was saying, guys, listen to me, is that simple? Before we even started, I told you this is going to be either brilliance or people are really not mashing together, and we saw this regionally, and was repeated just once.
And it also didn't help as well that the fish was going hard today.
That too.
You know what I'm saying?
The fish fried them.
Look, man, Benji Fishy, since the pistol, my man was absolutely cranking 90s on his
It
fools.
smells fishy about this guy, I'm telling you.
I mean, I'm the deadliest catch.
Great
Okay,
lower
Alex,
third.
you're too much. All right, look, the reality is folks, I don't think anyone would have anticipated Heretics pretty much socking Fnatic in the face the way that they did in this first map. And now this kind of really sets the tone for this entire series, man.
But I think some people could have predicted Benji playing this well. He has been lights out on the international stage. Remember, just a few years ago at Istanbul, he was an influencer showing up to the gold carpet, a fan rooting for Boaster.
My man's an influencer.
And now he's out here, I mean, I guess influencing the play Fnatic play.
Oh, boo.
That's the player on Team Heretics.
No, but honestly, man, this has just, what a showing that we were treated to from Heretics. But now we get ready for Abyss. We'll see, of course, how this plays out. This is going to be Heretics' pick. And, you know, Kakuka, you gotta see this Fnatic team wake up, because this is it. Put up or shut up.
I think that there is a lot that they have to learn about their loss against DRX. Even though they got both pistols and you see them starting off the half pretty decently, they weren't able to close things out. It has to do with the composition and, of course, not having the reps. Yes, Heretics has already played this map a couple in the tournaments, once regionally. It hasn't been a super dominant map, but honestly, do not forget, you're going up against Fnatic. So many of the maps, you're going to need a surprise. They've seen you so much. They have that data on you regionally, and you have to have a bold pick.
Yeah, I do wonder though, right? You got templates on both sides. You know, DRX showed how you can beat Fnatic on this map, and then on the other side, you know, Gen G also showed how you can beat Heretics on this map. So there is, at the very least, something to work with here.
But things to take into account, Boss was a pain in the ass completely.
That's very true.
And Foxy9 was onto something when he was playing from the KO. That is something that Heretics is not going to have, but here we
But they will have a Durka.
Yeah.
They will have a Durka, and you're going to be turning to him to maybe turn up.
Yeah, I love the team play looked out of whack on map 1 for Fnatic. Here on a map where once you let your opponent get into a post plant, it's really challenging to win out those retakes, especially with the solo Astra comp. Fnatic's flood retakes and their site anchors need to be perfectly in tune with the rest of the team. It's got to be a complete turnaround.
Now it's when the experience has to come to fruition. You have to be very, very focused for your defense, because otherwise Heretics is just going to roll you from the attack.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is going to be a challenge here, and we're going to get the game set up once again, and we'll jump into the action. But yeah, there is certainly a lot on the line here, because think about it like this. You're Fnatic. You're coming into this tournament. You're basically like the, you know, you're the hype. You're the #1. Everyone's like, oh, Fnatic this, Fnatic that. But then in comes Heretics, this team that at the global stage has found success so many times. Runners up as well. You know you're going up against a formidable force here, but it is now time to jump into the action. Let's see if Fnatic can force that third map, or do Heretics close it out here and send it back over to Pansy and Steel.
Yeah, with pleasure, GB. This one is going to be a banger, but we walk into the unknown. We've seen more from Heretics here. Yes, that is absolutely true. Played it 3 times, won it twice, a recent loss to Gen G, but that's respectable. They still managed to put it off against, what is it, Foot and FPX. Fnatic, on the other hand, it ain't been pretty so far.
And if it's going to be any continuation from that last map of Lotus, they need to be able to rebound mentally from whatever the situation was going on. That camp,
whatever happened.
13-3, that is a tough pill to swallow on your own map pick here. And the reason why it's even more scary is, yeah, Team Heretics has a few more match reps on this map, but this map plays a lot like how Sunset does, which is Team Heretics' best map. Those post-plant spam battles, the retakes on that defense side, that is the bread and butter for Team Heretics. Fnatic. Chronicle on that Sheriff walking down middle.
Yeah, you got Durka with it as well. Boaster by his side. Very proactive beginnings of taking mid control here. And of course, on the flip side,
fake.
Yeah, it's... Has Rien's heard something? Rien seems very aware that something's going on. Maybe hearing an audio cue, but he didn't expect it to be so close.
Oh!
Rien's got nothing! What a start! If they'd rebounded after the first map, they're back in the bin. Beautiful work from Rien's, and Fnatic under the heel straight away. Oh man, Heretics, that was such a start for them. They couldn't ask for a better beginning.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's been one of those days, huh?
It's going to be one of those games, one of those days.
Mini Boo's on the way. Slow and steady. Casting the net across the map. Fnatic can make a go of it with 2, but it ain't going to be working like that. Rien's nearly with the ace there. Benji going to just wrap it up, but my god, what a start for Rien's.
Into that site on B, 10 seconds into the round. Nobody's on B site defending that. Nobody's pushed through A. So what is Fnatic realistically doing? They have that read. Once he's in that site, sees nothing, Mini Boo, he's like, yo, they're probably pushing mid. Watch out behind you. Rien's 3 and a 4.
The first 2 were so sharp.
They were clean, yeah, they were
like...
crisp, clean lock, yep.
It's vintage. Even the crowd getting going for that one. Let's see what we have now, though. Fnatic going again for a bit of a walk. Mini Boo, sadly, the only one with a ghost here. That's a little unfortunate. With a bit of a better weapon, you could imagine he could have done some more there. Just trying to get out of danger, and he's done so. A little bit of chip damage, but that's fine. Benji.
Oh, just a spam shot through the wall. And he's smiling, he's grinning.
No!
Okay, okay.
That's fine. That's fine. And just to clarify, because we saw this a little bit earlier in one of the earlier games, and obviously someone's having a whinge on Twitter about it, but you're denying... Look, I'll take the heat. But again, you're denying our orbs, you're trying to keep the economy as preserved as possible and move forward without giving any advantage towards Heretics.
The only reason why you wouldn't want to go for a play like that is because you're not damaging your opponent's economy.
Yes.
So if the attackers don't have to use abilities to get into a site to close out the round, if they don't have to rebuy shields, then that means that they get a little bit of a buffer. But right now, valuing that ultimate economy instead, and that laugh is because he got that spam kill.
That is wild. Okay, so straight back in. Quick round. Made a go of it, they tried it, but just didn't get any of the reward they wanted at the start. And we're going to see a very quick hit here. And it's out in the open. Durka good for one, but you can see Wingman do his job.
God, he's under Fury.
Oh dear, he ends straight away. Good tag on Boaster and his hero to find Benji. So they've actually kept the numbers pretty good here. Miniboo now surrounded in trouble. Hero's taking him down. This isn't bad. Rienz and Boo, though, what are you going to do about this one? Some players down low. Hero on 11, Boaster on 5. Boo still holding the line. You're looking at the util as well. Chronicle can set this into motion quite comfortably. Make Boo feel very pressured, which he's going to do now. The cross is made, and they don't get a kill on it. That should be a freebie, but Rienz finds Chronicle. Hold on. And ring a rosy we go. Dancing around on the side. Boo's making them work for their dinner. So much damage. This is possible. It's doable. And Rienz left in the 1v2. He has to deal with the player on the block. Oh, it's stunning from Rienz. The final boss of this map. Giving Heretics 3. Keeping Fnatic down in the doldrums.
No one standing up just yet. Waiting maybe a few more rounds, bide their time a little bit. Meta still a little bit undefined on this map as it is quite new. People just figuring things out, but here, just going into the round, that fast attack towards that B site. Getting that Hunter's Fury off on that round 3 because he got that 4K on pistol round, enables him, sets him up, and guess what? All those kills, he's almost back to it.
Such a good player. So talented. And now, well, for Fnatic, they're down on Sheriffs. They've had almost nothing really going their way. Aggression being displayed. And Miniboo's got the read here. They like to go for this walk. They may stay on the map a little longer this time.
They have the Sheriffs. They should be staying on the map. They should be looking for the kills. But again, Team Heretics has these guys read with this re-aggression constantly from Fnatic.
Ooh,
the timing.
Hero. They're closing there. This could be shooting fish in a barrel potentially, but if the Sheriffs don't land, then it doesn't really matter. And it's messy. And Rienz is here. Doesn't let this go too far away. Durka trying to find a little bit of security for himself. And they now know where the last 2 players from Fnatic reside. So a quick pivot. Already going to get the plant down. What are you meant to do? Heroes at least recovered a rifle. That's pretty imperative. Maybe some further damage could be done here.
Divide and conquer. That is the name of the game right now for Fnatic. If they want that 2 versus 4.
Yeah, but look at this. You get a fair fight on one, which is going to then fill the gap. There's no easy way forward. Durka with a good shot towards Miniboo. They know there was an additional player here in the form of Woot. But he's just going to slip back, sit into the post plant. Yeah, they're going to toy with you. You don't get to disrupt this deeper post plant easily. He's got nothing really to be able to pressure it. So for Durka, the options are incredibly limited in the shots. Well,
not looking clean.
That ain't it, Chief.
Drawing a little bit of a painting. Maybe he thinks he's, you know, on the forensics team, drawing the outline of the body.
Yeah, but he's
got to be dead first.
Yeah. I thought I saw a double up then coming out from Fnatic. Bloody hell, it's okay. We do have one coming into effect, but let's kind of pause for thought here because this is a big round now. Fnatic kind of need to break the trend because this has been very one-sided.
When we were last watching one of the Fnatic games up here, it was a very slow start. I believe it was against Crew. They had that slow start. Alpha wasn't being able to get involved in the game. He's starting on Breach on the first map, and we're talking about just wait. He's going to be on ISO. He's going to get back in the game. Fnatic, you guys got to get your head in the game.
Yeah, they seem out of it right now, and they are being punished step by step. Miniboo's on the hunt. He wants in. He's hungry for more. And he's found a step. A quick little pickup on Hero, almost like it meant nothing to him. Miniboo controlling so much space. And the pace change into this operator works wonderfully for them.
That trip. Just a clone. But the trip is still up. It has not been deleted yet. Okay.
There we go, finally. I mean, it's such an arduous task to get back to the site, though. And they still have to clear close. You still have 3 players, maybe, actually, no, 4 on the site itself. 1 disconnected, that being Boo, that's fine. And they can clear through the first couple. But the backline is still difficult. And the big man himself, Rienz, is still here. He's stunned up, though. Dealt with. Fnatic finally getting back in, but can Boo be the problem, be the nuisance? Already looking to try and get half, and they can't block it this time. Pulled away, and the time is not on their side. Boo has done so well here. That's stunning, and they can't recover it. Perfect from Heretics. They are looking in form today.
Fnatic trying the body block on that Astro Gravity well to make sure that the spike diffuser is not pulled all the way off, but just missed that opportunity, that timing. Just when you thought, oh, it was a clean round for Team Heretic, in comes the retake here. And I thought that the timing between that dart coming in at the same time as the flash was a little bit disjointed, but boy, was I wrong there. Doesn't matter though, in the end, 1 versus 3, all he needs to do is get that gravity wall off on that spike. No diffuser, no time. Guess what? I don't even have to shoot back at you guys. I already win. But to add insult to injury, takes out Boaster, trying to save that off into that next round, and that's one less piece of valuable resource that Fnatic doesn't have to be able to get back in here.
It just looks marred with apathy. I mean, Fnatic just aren't in this game. They look quiet, they barely look present. Boaster yet to really start getting any impact going here. That operator taken away within a second. And they look outclassed. I think we need to be clear about this. There has been conversation of, you know, who is leading the way for EMEA, and that conversation looks like it's finding a conclusion. Fnatic have not looked in form here. The opponents they faced until this point, respectable, yes, but not of the caliber that the group of death provided for Heretics. And Heretics came out of that group with their head held high. Yeah, you know, a little bit of a challenge here and there. Sure, that's expected. But 5-0 here, a clean map one, only dropping 3 rounds. They are absolutely in position to start taking over the torch from Fnatic and leading EMEA into a new era.
They got that adaptive cruise control on right now as they're sailing their way through all the way.
Let's get it.
They can taste it this next round of playoffs. 8 more rounds to close out here.
Does Boo get isolated? He doesn't have the ability to evacuate as quickly as Mini Boo can, but he's playing with his life well. He is being hunted. You can see the map closing in. They know it's going to be this A piece. They've got mid control for Fnatic this time around. Maybe off the back of the timeout, that's the conversation. Double down, keep going. Be aggressive, take the space. Alpha going to be seen. That should open up at least the cross for the site, and probably a plant here.
Spike planted.
Looking at the positioning from Boo, just waiting for Durka to try to get past this trip. Probably doesn't expect Boo to just be sitting here, waiting here, T1 Curry style.
The patience may pay here, and Rien's doesn't quite get the reveal he would have wanted, but he knows there's so many players behind that smoke. Mini Boo, oh, dealt with. Chronicles got them the step in the door at least. Boo now with his fight. And Fnatic, what?
Now that's a quick wipe.
Yeah, goddamn, what the hell just happened? Fair enough. Just kill them all, I guess. Why didn't they try that before?
You know, that's not a bad idea.
I'm onto something.
Someone on that Fnatic coaching staff needs to be, you know, getting paid for that type of commentary. They've got everyone else there. What's one more into the mix? But like I said though, Fnatic kind of undefined. The map is relatively new. Still teams trying to figure out how they want to play it, mixing up Cypher versus Killjoy, the types of controllers you have, Omen versus Astra. Fnatic very aggressive through B multiple times. Sure, some of them on eco, but here on a gun round, another time here we're seeing a second round potentially where they're aggressing down the middle. Benji trying to control that space, uses his cages and camera just to get that information, see if he can slip the net a little bit. Heretics, their entire game plan on that attack side is let Benji just do whatever he wants, put some pressure, see if he can get anywhere, but group is 4, sometimes even 5, and just do a hit together. Waiting for Fnatic to push through.
Camera.
Ooh, Benji.
He's seen Durka though, but the flash didn't. Oh no, Durka ate it.
Flash.
That's going to take the wind out of the sails too. Obviously, if you're Heretics, you're happy, but if you're Durka, you're feeling silly. That's gutting.
Boo is all the way in B site right now, so this is the audible. This is the callback in Alpha. Do you realize where Boo is? Are you going to run out right into his crosshair?
Yeah, but it's Alpha. The man reads it well. A good read on the game, but 1 was not going to be enough in this. 2 would have been maybe enough to tilt the scales, but it's hindered progress. Heretics now slowing down a touch. 35 seconds.
1 HP.
Oh, bloody hell, the shots. Yeah, the ult coming out from Woot there, clearing the space.
30 seconds left.
Not going to be recalled, actually chasing down towards stairs, but the plant's in now. No denial on that.
Big shock damage.
That's nice. Okay, couple of players now weakened up. It's Boaster to take the first couple of brave steps forward. Nice fight, needs more, 2 more, potentially gets another. He's made it doable. Chronicle in a 1v1 up against Mini Boo. And oh, Mini Boo just toying with him, playing with him. These aren't games anymore. Heretics still in control.
Off the back of a flawless, they lose that next round, but they made it costly, expensive. It came down to the wire, 1 versus 1. Team Heretics holding their ground at the start of the round, waiting for Fnatic to start pushing up and get into their faces. Here at the start of the round, Durka getting himself with that flash, Benji winning that fight, gets that hat off, gets the information. Boo's already slipped the gap, he's in B site, calls the team over. Fnatic running out of just places that they can start pushing. Where's next, A? At some point, we need to see a site hold coming in for the side of Fnatic and playing that retake. That's how they won the previous round, right?
Yeah.
The only round posted up was a full 5-man retake, getting all the kills within a span of 5 seconds. Every other round, Fnatic's been pushing.
Benji's drawing so much attention in the middle as well. This time it's Chronicle to try and respond. Last time I think it was Boaster to try and deal with it through from the connector, but putting question marks on the map, keeping 3 players in response. Now they lean back in towards A. Already got the dash going.
He's gonna get the drone.
He's completely caught Chronicle. Running rings around them. Heretics are so much better prepared on this. The plant's there, and Alpha is on an island.
And Boo's still towards B. Across the map, he's got his stars.
Pinged, he's dead.
Alpha.
It's not good enough. They're making mistakes here. And the Heretics are running through them. Rings around them. It looks easy.
No.
Bye-bye, Boo. The positioning. So
Off
patient.
the map. Oh, no, no, just the weapon.
Yeah, there we go. Bye-bye. Nice to see sort of play in place. And Boaster's got nothing to do here. If anything, it's time to talk to your boys, because this is not good enough. At this point, you're in champs. There are no easy games, there are no easy opponents. That's the simplicity of it all. But they are floundering here, Josh. They have not got a grip on this game by any means.
Boaster last game, caught saying, boys, it's so simple, just listen. And they have not looked the same. Not in the previous matches. Well, we saw them not playing their best against Crew in that group stage coming into this match. They weren't playing their best, but they were playing still at that stage way better than they are here. Right now, it's just like they're non-existent. They need to find some sort of footing. Back to Sheriffs again, here Team Heretics.
In the building.
Don't know what that means, but
Rienz is in the building.
he's in the house.
And they look so good doing it. I can't stress enough how strong Heretics look here. But the issue is that Fnatic look absent. There hasn't been a fight back.
Here comes the aggression. The only thing they haven't tried yet. And they get the first one.
But does the Vandal fall off the map there? I think it may. I'm not sure. Let's see if they can recover that. Yeah, it ain't around.
Sad.
That's unlucky. But quite well thought through if he actually considered that. Rienz, though, danger man. Been so clean, leading the board. Fnatic already slipping deeper towards the site. Respecting Heretics to give them at least the foot in the door.
Spike only just now getting planted. Miniboot trying to create some space.
Plant's there. Almost daring Fnatic to try and take a fight. Miniboo starts getting curious, get aggressive, and gets punished. Hero finally making some impact happen. 2 players down. This could be the resurgence, at least in this round. But it is Rienz. But 5 from here, that's a lot to ask for. Dirk has got it. That's 2 for Fnatic now. But this feels like a death rattle. This doesn't feel something you can replicate.
There is a way for Fnatic to crawl back here. Part of it, I believe, is getting that off up and trying to be ahead of wherever Team Heretics does choose to go. Getting that first pick off is so vital and important for these guys. The second thing is dealing with Benji in a way that doesn't completely disrupt their entire setup here. Right now, Team Heretics has such a good read of what's going on. They're waiting for Fnatic to push through, but here, fighting back is Fnatic. Guess what? Another retake. Sure, they pushed up and they got that first kill on Boo. That helps out a lot. But an op is going to be something that's crucial for them to rely on, a crutch. 2 to 7, still recoverable if you're Team Fnatic, and great retake ultimates as well. So they're leaving Alpha on an island a little bit.
trying to isolate the player. They know there's normally one around here. It is Boo again. Trying to close the net. Maybe trying to check for even Benji, but he's with the pack this time, playing towards the A site. Alpha, the one who has to deal with anyone trying to filter back through. That might be catching Boo, but Boo's keeping him busy.
Where does Alpha go?
Nuisance. And they're so distracted by this one player, but he's just going to play hard to get.
It's all in this lockdown, though. He needs to get in a good position to be able to utilize this, force them completely out.
It still sits somewhat towards a main, but a clear. A good one as well. Miniboo going down, and Fnatic take a couple of steps towards the site. Cross in place. Benji not going to see them drop down. And on the spike they go, looking to achieve at least half. They're going to get that, but then now there needs to be a fight back here. Wait, he's still there, he's still defusing. Gets half, Benji! I told you this guy can clutch. Oh, and he's still doing it! Almost all himself, and they fall to their knees. Fnatic crushed under the weight of Heretics here. 3 still alive, and they just have the perfect approach here.
You know, coming into this, we were talking about how Team Heretics, if they want to close it out, it's probably going to have to be a pick up a win on Lotus, win that 2-0, not let it get to that Haven. Did I think it was going to be this one-sided, starting with that 13-3 on Lotus?
Yeah.
No, did not wake up today thinking that. I thought 3 maps easy on the horizon, but does that classify as standing up?
Miniboo. Easy.
Was he giving it, or was he just
No,
standing up, giving a high five to his teammate?
Let's see how the round goes. Then we can determine.
True, okay.
For now, it is an ult towards B, divide over towards A, and Heretics gonna go for a pretty standard approach. It's Durka who's still trying to stand and fight. He's just facing down Wingman. Might want to deny that, mate. He does. Fnatic actually getting a couple of bodies in their favor here. Oh, Rienz, that's nasty to go down to, but it is chaotic. But finally a calm in the storm for a second or two. 2 players, Benji and Boo.
Whoa.
That was a little dangerous, But the numbers finally...
He's going to go right to the smoke. It's just this pops.
Oh, the timing. Just missed that window of opportunity, but Benji's still alive. I told you, if he stands, there's always a chance. 2 players on towards CT. Do they expect him so nearby? And it was just Boaster offering up his life for the trade if necessary. And Boo dealt with. Fnatic give himself a very small window now, 3 rounds at least.
4th round, definitely possible. Op is up on the hands of Boaster right now on that defense. He's been posting up with it on B. Good retake defense towards A. And lucky that the timing of everything in the post round after that defuse goes in lines up before you fall off that map. A little bit of life. Not too stressed out right now on the face cams here for Team Fnatic.
Time to jump.
And they did lose the round after standing up, so...
That is true. So maybe he was giving it.
Maybe.
Keep
We'll save for now.
seated.
Oh, Durka. You're a brave boy. Oh, good. Around that corner, there are 2 players. He may expect the one, but maybe not the second. And he might lose the angle here. He has. Does he get to keep his life? Fortunately, a quick smoke and the Owl drone can at least deny a quick springboard back. But look at middle. Look at the pace that Heretics are taking the space from this. Durka better be ready, and he is! Everywhere on the map. Hard to miss, but a good trade for Benji. Chronicle tries to control towards Heaven. He's going to do a fair job at it. Finally seeing a bit of a fight between these guys. Wingman, though, waddling off to do his job.
There's no stopping little bro here in Rienz. Keeping the space towards Secret Room. But Alpha, peeling off, was looking towards it. Sensed something. But won a group as 3 in this retake to make it the best chance they have. Rienz also backing off. He's got that Hunter's Fury. He wants to play that. Also, Gravity Well on the hands of Boo.
So many tools at their disposal to run through. Tap on the spike. There it is. Going to draw this out. Does it connect? I think it might. Well, at least for a tag there. Durka going to get himself out of danger. And now it's time for the defuse. They need at least half here. But Hero dragged away. Again, running through the util just perfectly. There's nothing more to be done here. The time is going to be dwindling. Hero trying to make a damn good go of it, but time is not on his side. And the pop and swing to seal it. They have limited chances, held at 3.
Team Heretics doing a great job, and now they get to go onto their strong side defense. They get to show Fnatic how you play this map.
9 rounds to their name. This has been a masterclass. Don't miss the second half.
Red Bull gives you wings.
You can't see, making new memories. What happened to forever? Now we're not together. I know it's time you probably need a break to see if you went down whatever, ever. What happened to forever? You know.
Big half score here, 9-3. And to add to that, map 1, only 3 rounds gained by Fnatic. The new generation is here, and it looks like Heretics want this clean. They want this done. They don't want to give Fnatic many chances, and by the signs of that first half, they didn't.
Fnatic, been here before. Said it last map as well on Lotus. Gotta get that pistol round or that gap is gonna get bigger and bigger. Team Heretics in full control. Get to go onto that defense side of the map. They got Benji back on Cypher duty. Ooh. Just take a deep breath. Yeah. Coaches are going off, talking about what needs to be done. Lock in. We're on the cusp, the verge of going on to that next round in the playoffs here. Stay composed, stay mentally involved with the game. Let Fnatic mess up. They've been doing so much overextension throughout the entire first half. That first map as well. Team Heretics, all they have to do is stay the course.
Can they do it? Can they show that discipline, that depth?
Fast through
so
middle.
much of an advantage here, and you're right, quick approach through mid, right up the guts. And a very deep position from Woot as well. Where the hell does that go?
Mosh set up for the B plant spot.
What is this? What is that ratty little lineup? Oh, okay, that's... I mean, it forces Rienz into a little bit of an uncomfortable position. It actually pushed him a little bit further in towards Alpha, but Fnatic got the plant anyway. I mean, a nice idea conceptually. Practically didn't quite get what they wanted out of it.
You ever forget food on the grill? That was overcooked. Maybe so was that Chuck. Sorry.
That was awful.
Well,
Awful. Oh, that wasn't though. Durka, where have you been? Nice to see you finally waking up. Well, put back to bed. Mini Boo now. 1v3? Probably not. Probably not. Fnatic, okay. It's the first round. It's a start. But it's a very long road. Very, very long.
Long road, icy road.
Yep.
With no guardrails to prevent you from falling off a cliff as well. So, Team Heretics still in a very comfortable lead. Pistol round, not the worst case. They weren't even looking super strong on their defense pistol round in that first map of Lotus, ending up winning in that 2 versus 4. So right now, let Fnatic pick up another round here, make it expensive for them, and really lock it down for that first gun round.
Okay, the only investment is Mini Boo with the Sheriff. Of course, on the other side, we have the 2 Vandals, so that's Durka and Alpha, so they need to keep hold of those. They can lose 2 players, I'd say, with Boaster and Hero just on those Ghosts. And Chronicle probably want to play his life as well, keeping that Bulldog in play.
And Boo, over at A, was able to destroy that Sova Dart that Chronicle sent that direction, just to keep that pressure, the question marks about whether or not Team Heretics is in some sort of stack or aggressive push or not, but here comes the push from Fnatic. It's going to be into the 4-man stack from Team Heretics.
Yeah, they are in the right place, and that's the danger man, Mini Boo. And he's dealt with. Quick pick up from Durka. Okay, carving out a little bit of security. Would like to be able to get a plant here, but they're still very nearby. Got to be careful. Both are the ones to try and take at least the strain in this to play across on the angle. Nicely done, Fnatic. So far as pretty solid. Boo not really left with many options here.
Spike planted.
Not many options for Boo here. Trying to
We going
min-max
off?
the amount of damage or finds the best place that he wants to go for a little bit of sightseeing.
Right there.
It looks like he's taking this time to mostly talk to the team as well.
Yep,
Having a
that
chat.
French timeout that you talked about.
Yeah,
just-
literally 3 other people in the world know what I mean when I say French timeout, you know.
Well,
Certainly
I
not.
am one of them,
Yeah,
so
there you go,
I
that's-
know what you're talking about.
Over here,
Just
and there it is.
using that extra time in the round just to talk about what's going on, just squeezing out those extra 20, 30 seconds to be able to make a plan about what you want to do, reset the focus of whatever you want to have, and then let the round expire. Then you get to go in. You don't have to burn a timeout. Pretty sure Team Heretics still has both their timeouts if they need to burn them.
One enemy remaining.
They have them. And some shots that Fnatic's hitting again. We
don't waste
haven't
our
seen
time,
that from
bro.
them in
Time
the
is
first
money.
half. That's kind of where they went silent. It wasn't necessarily about like tactically, but it was in terms of their gameplay. They weren't hitting the shots. And if they're able to start finding that form again, maybe they have a chance against Team Heretics in this map. It's a little bit of a comeback. And double bounce Shockeys, trying to locate any Cypher trips. Dart. Just to get some information on an aggressive push here, but Boo escaping with his life. And that's a lot of gunshots from Fnatic. That's at least 3 players spotted in that position. Team Heretics not budging off that, though. Mini Boo in a very aggressive position here with his Vandal. Just getting this off angle deep on that B main line. But here comes mid, Fnatic, developing the map, and we saw them do this sort of style on Lotus, and the thing that kind of worked against them was that they spent so much time trying to work the map that they ended up running themselves out of time. Once they went for that site hit, they didn't have enough time and resources to be able to break through, get that spike planted.
Cutting through.
And I worry for them that it's going to happen again. Alpha trying to work his way up middle, Durka as well on his ultimate.
But I worry that Miniboo's going to be ahead of this utility as well. He's still going to be at the forefront of this, and does he play it potentially even further forward? There's still going to be Chronicle there with the out drone. Shock Dart might have been enough to indicate they know his position, but still, he's rewarded. That forward position is perfect. And yeah, he's going to be revealed. They know where he is, but Fnatic can't close the gap. So now they have to go into the blender. There's 3 players posted on this site, and Miniboo still being one of them. Oh, presented more! And Miniboo reigns supreme! Bringing them down into size. 2 now left, Hero and Durka. The 2 top-end players for Fnatic, at least in this map, and Durka needs to keep his boys safe. Oh, that was so close. But the plant is in. Time now.
Big.
That was massive from Rienz. Now it's all on Hero, a 1v3. Dizzy dealt with. How does he try and position himself here to isolate fights?
Did Woot see him at the last second there?
Maybe. It's hard to tell, but he's going to reposition anyway. Wall about to drop. And he's missing them by seconds.
Wait, this is the type of round. Here again.
This is a real chance. It's not clean, but it might just be enough. And now the 1v1. Switching in and out. At the time on his side, Boo trying to just go around, ring a rosy, but Hero playing it so much better. Playing to the time and getting the clutch for Fnatic.
We look at Heretics. We talk Benji Fishy.
True.
We forgot about Hero.
How could we?
Once I saw that the time was getting low, Woot was
Like, wait.
repositioning, and I'm like,
This could be.
I've seen this before. Not on this map, but I've seen this guy in these moments, and he does it so frequently. You can never count him out. Once the time starts ticking low, he is so good with playing his positioning, dancing around the boxes and whatever obstacles that are in his way.
It's a lifeline. And Miniboo, though, you saw the damage he was able to inflict, but Durka instantly quells it. Fnatic winning a couple of these aggressive fights in middle. This was with Sheriffs, but it was supplemented by the ult from Miniboo, so there was a little bit more of an investment behind it. Benji, belting shots! 2 big shots back to back, making this, I don't want to say possible, but at least in the realms of reality. Boo would have to, I feel like if he maybe found Chronicle, sure, does get an upgrade.
Look, there's a number of players in the server right now where I would give it to them. I don't know if Boo would be one of them.
No, I wouldn't say, you know, as you said, if it was, you know, Benji out there or even Rienz in this map specifically, he's been very strong. But Boo, going to give it a damn good go. But again, you look at the util as well. Chronicle still got his, Hero's got his, Alpha can litter the site. It's a very hard position to be in, and may have just been seen on that, not certain. He's actually been given a little bit of a window to work in. It's not going to happen. Too much util in that post plant. Okay, Fnatic, you've caught my attention. Let's see if it's worth keeping it. That's 7-9 now.
The gap closes. We're seeing that lockdown on the side of the attackers, so we get to see the first timeout burn from Team Heretics.
Yeah.
One more in the chamber if they need it. Just round by round, Fnatic is crawling back.
Remember map 1? It was when we had those couple of 3 big rounds from Fnatic. They looked good, like they had maybe a bit of a read on Heretics.
Yep.
Damn, he looks like a villain. But
Uh-oh.
are you serious? Are you serious?
You saw what happens when Heretics stood up.
Are
you saw what
serious,
happened.
Alpha?
You lost like 40 rounds in a row.
Just stretching his legs, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Tall guy. He's got a...
Yeah, don't want the, blood in the
exactly.
calves. We've seen Fnatic, they do the exercises frequently. We're not seeing any movement out here.
Oh my god, please. But why does it feel like this is... I feel like it's map 1 and I'm horrified. I'm horrified seeing that. Oh my god. Because they've closed the gap to a respectable scoreline. I mean, converting the bonus is big, and then the last round was fantastic from them, keeping 3 alive as well, finding a bit more stability, building towards some of these ults here. It doesn't feel safe though, Josh. When I'm watching how Fnatic are playing, it's still very much knife's edge. I feel like Heretics haven't quite found their footing in this half yet.
Yep.
But we have a new look coming out here. That operator is in play.
There are a couple things that I look at here. Operator, as you highlight, is one of them. We haven't seen that yet from the side of Team Heretics. We've seen aggressive angles from Miniboo, but no Operator. We've seen this same start from Fnatic. Get that Sova dart off on towards A main, try to figure out what's going on that side, maybe utilize middle before ending towards B. That's been the game plan. Chronicle with the shocks, looking for any Benji trips here.
Ooh.
But ahead of the dart.
Okay.
Does it scan? Boaster. Smokes. Down. It's all on Hero's wall now. That's the only piece of util to get them past the next op sight lines right now. Op stays towards A. Fnatic pivoting towards B. Alpha trying to find that space, that middle, that little bit of a gap to get in the back lines here. But without that wall, without the smokes, it's going to be tough to get in here.
It's big info. Rotation in from Rienz as well. He's on the way, but there's still 2 players on the side. Benji gonna struggle here to find safety, but Boo reminds him of map 1. Puts it back in their place and sits Alpha down. I can't believe you've cast it like this, Chronicle. Nah, not gonna even get away with the silver linings. It's 10 rounds and it's double digits found.
Why has he gone and stood up there?
Why has he gone and done this?
Alpha. But we see that's what the double-edged sword of Fnatic's playstyle is. They so diligently work the map, methodically, try to figure out exactly what's going on, diagnose the setup, try to get a good mid-round call here. But because they do the same sort of timings on their openings, they know, okay, Chronicle's going to do this dart. It's going to take this much time to get here. It's going to scan only this. If you, in this moment, slip the gap, get behind this tall box, it's not going to scan you. They're not going to expect you. Pick off Boaster, funnel them into B, and it's all over for them.
This one. It's not a particularly deep lockdown, but it does make it a little bit more uncomfortable, I guess, for Benji, who's going to take the trip around towards Heaven. They can still have Boo on the site, though, and this isn't an easy access point. They're just, I mean, trying to go in somewhat dry here. Not forcing them too far away. Benji gets to play his life as well, but the spike still.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Oh
Hero!
my god! No! 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 The curse is so strong. I don't want to cast anymore.
Alpha stood so Hero could fall. Oh no!
Well, well, well.
Do I have to look?
Get a timeout. Do you have one? Cool one.
You know, there's a short list of players that I would think would fall off the map accidentally. Hero's not on that list.
He's not. It's crazy, the power of that curse. Oh.
Spike down B.
But, well.
Oh, show me, show me, show me. Through the smoke, clips the corner, reminiscent of Boaster in that 1v3 on Haven.
Like father, like son. How cute.
Headbutts a brick wall.
Yeah, but the problem is, this has happened at a very inopportune time if you're a Fnatic fan out there. They've hit the wall, literally and figuratively. You're looking at this point, 7-11, and Heretics picked up map 1. This was, you know, the makings of a comeback. It wasn't there yet, but there were signs.
So ulti, Euro ulti, combo.
You've got to secure it.
Late.
And it looks like Heretics going to respect this enough. I'm waiting to see if Boo does rescind from the site. Eventually will fall. It's a lot of an investment here. Chronicle trying to clear the site, make sure no one's lingering around, and no one is. Should be safe to plant, but the spike is pretty far away here, so Fnatic are going to have to hold this down for quite some time.
Chronicle had the spike there as he's Hunter's Fury. He can't plant it. Now here comes the counter Hunter's Fury. No push in with it, just to stall the plant. Durka still has his ultimate, but Boo, he's got his Cosmic Divide. Fnatic have to play ahead of this. They have to.
What's the plan?
They're backing out.
They're trying to evacuate.
Wait.
Durka, what do you do with this one?
This is like foot PRX, I can see
the
it.
divides everywhere. This is madness. The map drawn in a whole new way. And this could be posted with 1, but is Heretics cleaning house? This could be 12. Maybe not, though. Woot, the last one alive in a 1v3, tries to go for 1, and he can't find it. There's life in them yet. Fnatic holding on for another. Whew.
You could see, though, the fear in Fnatic's eyes. The reason why they use that Hunter's Fury on that position there is because the Boo Benji combo over towards that site. You have the high-low, one on the rafters, one on the floor. There's so much just power in that position. They're just getting these 2K entries. Boo, headshot, just...
Oh, Durka. I didn't even see that at the time.
Yeah, Chronicle, I mean, when we get to see him on Sova, he gets a little bit in there, huh?
Yeah.
Got that mental block on Viper a little bit.
Feels like
but still, these slow plays from Fnatic, they're working a little bit right now, but I fear that they're too committed to doing these super slow, set, execute plays. It's very telegraphed, and Team Heretics is getting ahead of it a lot of these cases. The ultimate's changing the tide of things, making it a little bit chaotic with that Astra Wall coming up. Chronicle getting through, slipping a timing, catching a couple players in the back. Right now, Fnatic, 30 seconds ticked off the clock. Don't really have any space at the moment. They start their inching up towards middle, trying to steal the space. Just a trip here and a drone to reclear. Gonna catch at least Durka, if not more.
Oh, that should have seen potentially 3. There should be a rotation in play here.
Benji and Boo.
They got to batten down the hatches. This is going to be a site hit and a half. Benji's going to be kind of back-to-back with Boo here, who's playing forward. Audacious play from Boo, and the timing, it wasn't right. A valiant attempt, but it just falls to pieces. But Benji can only do so much. The wrap on this site was very well choreographed. A little dangerous, sure, but still. Looking for the plant. They're going to get that. The backline addressed. Mini Boo's gone down. Fnatic finding their rhythm now, finding a little bit of form. These last 2 players, you're looking for a save potentially.
Definitely looking for a save here. Gap closes. It'll be a 2-round difference here. Team Heretics still so close.
Do we see a timeout from Heretics maybe?
They
I feel like they've hit a brick wall.
They do have a second one. They called their first one just a few rounds ago, round 17. Wouldn't be horrible. Maybe they play one more round before they decide to burn it. Whenever either the IGL or the coach feels like there's some necessary input needed. So if you're in an IGL and you're in that flow state, you might be thinking, okay, like I have a pretty good idea of what's going on, blah, 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 let's do this. Coach might have something else, a third perspective that might see something that the coach doesn't see, that the players don't see, that's not being communicated properly throughout the entire team. Hey, like, this is happening. You see this. You got to call this. This is how you guys can make a solution for it.
Yeah.
So that would be where the coaches would come in and call that timeout here.
Doesn't seem like it so far. And you're right, though. Chronicle is starting to warm up as well. It was something we were kind of discussing. When you see him on that Sova, it does feel like a different player to an extent. Finding some big impact here, but Heretics feel as though they have enough. A little bit of a buffer still in play to come back into this. And the Operator too. Miniboo, a glass cannon, though. This is knife's edge stuff, and traditionally we see them pressuring A main early. This time it doesn't look like that's the case. Maybe adjusting towards middle as a cure for what's been pretty much ailing them this entire time. That Fnatic have been taking that mid pressure and they've been dealing with it well. They've been pushing up. We saw that split over towards the B side last round, and a very different beginning from Fnatic now.
Viper's Orb on attack side at middle is applying a lot of pressure. Team Heretics overplaying it, want to make sure that they can deal with this, nip it in the bud. Not relying just on this Cypher tripwire, but a spam maybe from Woot on a timing to catch them. Otherwise, Miniboo, as soon as that smoke clears, he's got an angle. But right now, Fnatic doesn't even look like they want to move up middle. They're just using it to cross between A and B here.
They might have seen a pixel of Boaster then, I'm not sure. I want to see how they responded. It looks like they're bringing the operator over, so maybe they did just see him crossing through.
They do have that Cosmic Divide to work with. That would take Minibu out of the equation. Here come the Shock to break the trips.
Right here.
And the Dart to get the info.
Here we go. How does Heretics play this? Onside, offside. Divide goes in. Benji wants to play forward. He's feeling brave enough to try it, and this is outrageous from Benji.
Oh, the
and
timing,
overwhelmed.
no.
He just turned away. There was a second he could have worked with, but Dirk is doing the damage on the site. Hero on the follow-up, and once again, they control this B site. And with the operator being picked up and walked away with, I think this is going to be another save already. Heretics being outdone on this side, being held on 11 now.
We have to be seeing the timeout coming into this next round. This is the moment where the coaches have to chime in and say something. Hey, right now, what is Fnatic actually doing? Well, we're seeing them go slow. They wait for that initial opening. They use that Dart and the Shocks to clear out whatever close trips there are. Util dump. To get away, Rians cannot.
Operator gone.
Can Boo retrieve this, though?
He's trying.
He has a star. He can pop a smoke. Not scan there, but they know he's got to be close. He's going to be trying to retrieve this or protect it.
Wow.
He's going to go down as well. So definitely a timeout because I don't even know if they can put a buy together. Maybe Minibu is able to get his ultimate. I wasn't paying attention exactly to the ultimate orb status. Yeah, he's a few off. They do have enough economy to purchase an op, but yes, here comes the timeout. You need to talk about what's actually happening here, because right now what Heretics is trying to do is they're playing the same way, but Fnatic is showing the same start. And a few rounds ago, I was talking about how Fnatic's doing the same stuff. It's a little bit telegraphed because they're relying heavily on their set plays, and it wasn't working when Benji and Boo kind of had that high-low setup towards the right side of that B site on the cliff side of the map, basically.
Yeah.
But it hasn't worked in a few rounds now. They've been split up, spread apart. One of the rounds was Fnatic using middle and coming in from the sidelines as well. But everything has been Benji kind of out of position, trying to deal with a lot of things happening. Same thing with Boo. One round, he jumps across that cliff trying to get ahead of the split. And this is what Fnatic's winning with right now. It's telegraphed, but it's working because it's dealing with every single position perfectly. And right now, Heretics is playing kind of like a standard, like the same setup that they are. They need to either figure out if they want to fully commit in and get in the faces of Fnatic, or if they want to chill back, say, okay, we know what's going to come in, and we're going to sit back, we're going to let you do it, and we're going to go and do our bread and butter. We play our retake because that's what we're known for. We've got a Thrash to lean on a little bit here, but looks like it's going to be a very low investment. They're budgeting a little bit to maybe get that op up in that next round. So right here, this is going to be something where maybe the plan doesn't come into effect this round. Maybe it's for the next round, but still some weapons to work with here. Durka back on a Euro ulti as well. Probably going to pop that and get that information before Fnatic decide to end.
A chance for Pandemonium, though. They can take risks. They can try and get in their faces.
Standing ahead.
Now one Vandal with Riens, the Bulldog with Boot, Guardian with Wu. Fnatic, once again, similar start, similar approach. You look and see if they kind of meet Riens anywhere. And maybe, if they do decide to pressure middle further, that Vandal would be in the right place. Whether or not it finds its value, yet to be seen.
If Benji can somehow stay alive when his teammates go for the retake and he gets a dead body that he can throw his hat on, that success rate that he has when he's in those types of situations is ridiculously high. So far, a lot of these rounds, he's been dead first on that initial attack towards B site.
Okay, Durka clearing a path.
Here.
How far do they follow it?
Oh, not again. That's twice.
I mean, the pressure is certainly there. Boo's now feeling a little bit panicked here. There was pressure coming through towards A. Fnatic need to make up for this one. Already down a man. Hero going to be feeling pretty rough about that. But still, Plant is there. Time for the chaos to begin. A big ult on Woot, if they feel like they've got the opportunity to use it, could clear through this site. But do they dare? There it is, gonna start going through. Durka deals with it instantly, tries to reset the aim quickly. So many targets, so little time. The Dizzy gets dealt with. Chronicle, the one to save him from Minibu. Next up was Boaster. Falls. Chronicle, though, so much impact. Digging deep here. There's only so much they can do as Durka, the last one alive. Can he try and save the day here after the mistake made earlier? It wasn't even his fault. It was all on Hero, but Durka becomes one himself. The Red Bull clutch after a fumble and a mistake from the young guy on their side. They bring this back. We're tied up. It's 11-11.
Have you ever played football? Sorry, soccer?
Right.
For the North American fans, there are none because we're watching EMEA right now. You've been goalie. You let that ball slip right between your feet. That's what happened to Hero here.
Oh, bless him. And again, this does play in. He is a young player. He is the stand-in. I mean, last time these two teams faced, Leo was in the roster. It's been that long, but we go back in. Durka stands tall. He'll make up for those mistakes.
Revealing area.
He'll hold this team safe, but this was what the timeout would have been for. Heretics need to be in here with a game plan. They've been held on 11. They wanted this one done. They absolutely decimated the map 1, but map 2, Fnatic right at the door now.
Middle control. Again for Fnatic here. Trying to put some pressure. Disarm that Team Heretics defense. Make them stress. But a change-up. We're seeing Boo towards A this time. He's holding that pixel crack. Normally, he's been over towards B with Benji, but Mini Boo coming back on this line, taking this aggressive angle, getting inside in front of Fnatic before they're able to get their execute off because he has the potential to get away. Slow approach. Chronicle still has his Hunter's Fury, and that dart is off cooldown now, so we're going to see the next stage of this default coming into play here. 40 seconds, though. Wherever they go next, they have to commit, but the double controller in middle, waiting, biding their time. The main hit's going to come, and they're going to try to get in the back lines here. No! Oh my god, sorry.
I thought he fell off. I thought he fell off. Don't. I mean, we've been seeing it already, but here comes the hit, and it's going to be so well crafted. Down to a T. Chronicle removes Woot. Chronicle with the follow-up as well. He's coming alive for Fnatic.
No,
and Rien's, wait,
okay.
are they still on the map? They're all so close. This is such a precarious position. For 15 seconds, they don't have a plant. And Mini Boo is still here. He could haunt their nightmares at this point, but no, he gets cleared out. Durka finding form when it matters. And now Rien's, he was a heavy hitter first half, but now he's in his grave, leaving just Boo alive in a 1v4. And it looks like Fnatic might have somehow resurrected themselves here after what looked like an absolute disaster. But there's still a chance. But Boo now spotted. His options limited, and now they're none. It's 12 to Fnatic. Heretics still held on 11.
We saw a similar sort of start from Fnatic against Crew, where they were really slow in that first map.
Yes.
You would think, going into the second map, have they fully reset? Where are they going to go with it? It wasn't looking pretty. They got there in the end, coming clean on that third map. Is the same thing happening here? Is Heretics going to crumble right now under the heat? The pressure right now. Alpha potentially jinxing it by standing up again.
One more round.
One more round. Team Heretics. You want to do this in 3 maps? You want to bring it to OT and do it in 2.
And it's a scramble at the start, but no one fully drawing blood. Just a show of force, and they back away.
Same opening from Fnatic that we've seen so many times. Slow, methodical, diligent. Find out what's going on. Pivot. Team Heretics pushed out a little bit. Benji, Boo, they still defend B, but Benji's in a little bit of a different position than he's traditionally been in. Tripwire to catch anybody jumping across the ledge there. Enables Boo to just look at one spot, but all the way up through middle.
They've got different info this time. They've got earlier info this time, and maybe a different fight here. Maybe trying to deal with this pressure up through mid, but Durka's still trying to make that impact happen. He's got to fight to the left. Does he isolate it in time? He does! This guy's sharp. Rien's, though, holding it down for 3. Maybe that's the heartbreak. Maybe that was the taste of victory. They've secured at least OT here. Rien's is having a round. Resurgence in the final moments, but Alpha, the curse
30 seconds left.
in his hands. Can he clutch up, though?
He didn't get the
Doesn't have
spike.
20 seconds. There's 3 players here,
Placing
A plant and a kill if he's able to isolate one.
but he won't have the time. They won't give him that time. Heretics closing in, step by step. It's Alpha, you respect it. He rewards this sort of behavior, but surely they've done enough. They've secured at least OT now. We're going the distance here. And Alpha needs to sit the hell down.
Stop getting up when you win a round. Rien's locking it down with 3 after seemingly an accidental kill on Benji, just like a drive-by. Didn't look like Durka even tried to stop there in that moment, but Rien's locking it down and then following up with this.
I mean, he was so on point first half. Great to see him kind of kick back up there because he was kept quiet a little bit. They were finding it hard to find that value instantly. he's the one who does it. 24 kills in this game. Big moment for him. God, what a series this suddenly warmed up to be. A little one-sided, sure, to say the least, for both teams. But now it's for all the marbles, right? Win on map 3.
Yeah, all these rounds are being picked up on the attack side right now. Just absolutely crazy to see how strong this is right now. Typically, you would look at Team Heretics to be a very defense-sided team. That's where they get most of their rounds. Their attack sides, these grouped up 4 or 5-man hits. We get to see them starting out here again. Durka, aggressive position.
He's been heating up though, Durka. On the other side, Miniboo's been sharp as well. Big fight here potentially, but no one crests the corner. Heretics showing a little bit of presence and then peeling away. Just a touch. How long does he stay here? Oh! Yeah, he's sharp today! That's the Durka you need on a stage like this. People have questioned his form, and at times rightly so, but when it matters most, he'll get you too. Rien's gone and Miniboo gone. The big heavy hitters from Heretics handled.
Benji shot at the drone. It didn't scan him. It didn't spot him, but he gave up his position. Right now, Fnatic realize they have this huge advantage. They have the numbers, 5 versus 3. They're getting completely off of that A site. They know that if they want to win this round, they don't even have to defend the site. They just need to make sure that they go in, get those even trades out. It doesn't matter who's alive at the end of the round. It goes into the flipping sides. The re-clear on middle. Once they realize that this is clear, they know Jig is up.
30 seconds left.
For Benji, who said it, if he stands, there's a chance, but this is really, really tricky.
Plant position is everything. How are they going to play this? They don't have the numbers to play that post-plant fight. They need to get in the faces a little bit here. 3 stars side of Boo here.
Oh, that's a pixel! And that's a body! Beautiful from Boo. Can these 3 hold it together, though?
Wait, get that smoke up before Benji gets shot on the back.
Help him out. Fortunately, no one's there just yet, and he's going to play forward. 4 players through from CT. Benji going to be found first, but it's Wu to save him. And maybe Heretics holding on here. Ult's now online. Benji, he goes further forward. This guy playing just by the seams of his pants. But I told you, when Benji stands, there's always a chance. And now down to the 3v2. Chronicle and Hero trying to work it back in together. The crossfire, so strong.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
That's number 3 this game.
Time. I don't know if Hero's got time for this one. I think he knows it. He'd need it now. He doesn't have the time. And Heretics in the final hours pick up the first in OT.
Switching sides.
Woof, these guys hated the map this much. Why do they keep jumping off it? Trying to get away from it.
God, but what credit to those Heretics players down like that after having, you know, a big opening from Fnatic. Durka just kills 2 of you. Cool. Well, are we screwed? No, apparently not. The depth that they go to hold on to this, Josh, is so impressive. And a Heretics timeout now.
One thing I'm looking at right now in this map is that actually was well played by both teams there, right? That 3 versus 5, Fnatic got those first 2 kills. Play the round properly. They know that they're going to win the round if they stick together and not try to spread apart and try to defend both the sites. But what ends up happening is, as they're trying to walk back and clear all the close positions, Boo catches the top of a head, gives them a haircut, ADS, Vandal, 1 tap, boom. Okay, 3 versus 4, still doable. But the way that Team Heretics understood their situation was that they knew if they go back and play that spam battle, it's not going to really be favorable for them. So they get in the faces. Benji ahead of the smoke at spawn, and they have Rian's just around the corner, or Woot, Rian's one of them. They have that bait and switch setup. So as soon as the flash comes through, the anti-flash setup comes in, they get to peek from 2 different angles, save Benji, completely shut that zone down. So really good play by Team Heretics to understand how they were playing in that disadvantaged situation to climb back into it. Fnatic, somehow, they went from having that map point, trying to take it to a 3rd map. Now, they need to win this round here just to take it to another OT. Timeout for Team Heretics. They're in the lead right now. They want to close it out right here.
Pressure now starting to build.
Quicker opening for Team Fnatic. We haven't seen this sort of opening yet. On Lotus, they were kicking up the pace a lot in that attack side, but it was all off the back of these kind of tilt, a little bit angry, missed opportunities. Here, they had a really strong attack side all the way through middle, uncontested. Chronicle solo outside that A site with the spike. It's going to be very difficult for him to be able to get into the action here.
Straight up middle, this time a new route, a new avenue of approach. Looking for that A crunch. We haven't seen this before. It's on Benji and Rienz, the dangerous duo. Rienz has been nasty, as is Benji! And now Chronicle and Alpha to face the music. After all of that, the gap closed, the comeback, the turnaround. This might be all she wrote.
Standing ahead.
Can these two clutch up, or is this just one step too far? Plant gonna be in place. And the stranglehold gets even closer. Look at the flank too.
That's pressure. They have to turn around and fight Boo, but Boo is just gonna stay alive here. Make them waste their time, split their attention.
Thorn in the side. Boo steps closer. Couldn't be dealt with cleanly. Chronicle now in danger. He's in an extended fight. Not what they needed. Alpha has to deal with 4 on the site itself, but he's found Woot. Wait, hold on! Maybe not! But it's all on Chronicle with 1 HP. Pops the ult, trying to do what he can. He's gonna get him down, but they're gonna close the gap. He can't do anymore! And Heretics never believed in the old gods, taking themselves further forward with 14-12.
Seven of these guys on the stage right now, looking like the new gods. Such heroic plays from so many of them, and despite Durka having like an incredible half there, Chronicle also looking online for some of these moments. We could see how the pressure was mounting on both these teams, how they looked like they were in control, but started to slip up, standing up, getting that curse. Other teams starting to get a string of rounds just put together. Right now, Team Heretics looking so strong. Fnatic gonna have to fight through the lowers.
It's a tough position that they can now walk into. And a tough game, it looks like. Close to shouldering what looks like a lot of pressure there. Not looking happy with the boys, but graceful as ever. Foul for Fnatic. And again, that map 1, simply not good enough. I think if we're clear about it, if it started closer, maybe you'd had a better game in map 2, come in a little bit warmer. But Heretics were just perfect from the second the map started. Lotus was outrageously good, Josh. Map 2, grit, determination, they had it all.
That first half of that map 2 made me think it was going to be another blowout. Fnatic climbing back round by round showed a little bit of the, issues that Team Heretics might have to solve on that defense side of Abyss if they want to continue playing this throughout this tournament. But right now, just the ability to come back, get back into overtime and close it out. Good adjustments, good timeouts from the coaches to make these proper adjustments to get the setups changed up. Very important there.
You can't help but smile seeing Benji in those sort of moves. But Rienz, again, this roster, when you look at them, I mean, Heretics, yes, a lot of people will talk about, your likes of Woot, Benji, Miniboot, everyone. Rienz deserves his flowers for this performance. Today, he was outstanding, big impact. I mean, he's the one who kind of basically pushed them into OT, near on securing this for them. Incredibly impressive from this side. And I think, again, out of all the challenges, they have been facing some monstrous teams, and they have been absolutely up to par every single time.
When I look at these guys pound for pound, head to head, I actually see a lot of similarities between the two teams. You kind of have that IGL controller player that is calling the shots, but then you have all these really strong individual players that are all really good within their own realm. You have the Benji hero head to head, especially as they play on Cypher together. Rienz versus Chronicle, especially with on Sova together. So we're seeing the highs and lows of Minibu and Durka throughout the matches. So it all comes down to just these little moments that add up.
They're not done yet. This isn't elimination. There is still life in these teams, but the high road gets taken. Heretics keep themselves safe and secure going forward with a dominant performance, if we're being honest. Map 1 will be down in the books as one of the cleanest victories we've seen from them. Map 2, yeah, it got there in the end, but hey, they just gave the people a show, They paid for the tickets, give them at least something to watch. But still, long story short, the MVP in my mind will be Rienz, who we'll be hearing from in the Verizon post-match.
Hello everyone, I'm joined by Team Heretics, Rienz. Congratulations, Rienz!
Thank you.
팀 헤레틱스의 리엔 선수 인터뷰 만나보겠습니다. EMEA 스테이지 1 결승의 복수를 오늘 챔스 플레이오프에서 이렇게 해줬는데 오늘 승리 소감부터 먼저 물어보도록 하겠습니다. You gave that sweet revenge back in the EMEA and now you won at Champions. So tell me, how's that win feeling today?
Of course, it's like we all feel amazing because we got our revenge, and also it's like champion playoffs first win for us. So I'm just happy. Yeah, that's it.
당연히 기분 좋고요. 리매치에서 이번에 우리가 승리를 가져오게 됐어서 너무 좋다고 이야기를 합니다. 그리고 아까 이제 사전 인터뷰에서 리엔스 선수랑 히로 선수랑 좀 내기를 했다고 들었는데 좀 어떤 내기였는지 한번 물어보고 싶습니다. You know, you mentioned in the rival interview you had a bet with Hero. So anything you want to say to Hero?
So we had a bet with Hero that whoever wins will call the loser noob. So of course I'm not gonna call it to Hero because I truly believe that he's like really good player. Even like this is his first year, and he's right now playing in Champions as well, and he's performing really well. So I will never call you noob, bro. Love you.
Respect that. Yeah. 원래 내기가 좀 이기는 사람이 그 패자한테 뉴비라고 이렇게 부르기로 했는데 워낙 히로 선수가 뛰어난 선수고 시작하자마자 이렇게 챔피언스라는 큰 무대에서 경쟁할 만큼 너무 대단한 선수이기 때문에 그렇게 부르지 않고 사랑한다고 이렇게 귀엽게 메시지를 보냈습니다. 그리고 이번 챔스에서 헤레틱스가 단 한 번도 진 적이 없어요. 이 기세를 조금 무너뜨릴 좀 견제하는 팀이 있는지 궁금합니다. You guys haven't lost a single match here at Champions. Do you think there is a team out there that will, you know, kill the win streak for you guys?
I mean, of course, I'm gonna say that there is no any team, but I wanna be humble as well.
Okay.
So I'm not saying any like harsh thing to any other team, but I don't think there's any team that can beat us. So
Yeah, well, we're good.
yeah, we are good enough.
We're good enough. All right. 이제 당연히 뭐 견제하는 팀은 없지만 또 동시에 겸손하고 싶기는 해서 그래서 뭐 그냥 일단 우리가 되게 잘한다 이 정도로 마무리했습니다. 팀 헤레틱스의 리엔스 선수 인터뷰 만났습니다. Thank you, Riens, for the amazing interview. Congratulations again. All right, that is a wrap for me here, and back to you guys. Bye.
Thank you so much for that, Bella. Always a pleasure to hear from Rian's an absolute beast, but we're joined by the Fishman himself.
Hello,
Hello,
what's up,
Benji.
guys?
Man, that was nuts.
That
Pretty
was
crazy,
something.
right?
That was something.
Man, my head kills right now. I've got the biggest
Yeah?
headache.
Yeah?
Oh, it was very intense. At the
Okay.
Abyss especially, my God.
So don't worry, we won't keep you here very long, but I do want to ask you real fast, though, about that map one.
Yes.
Lotus, you know, we were talking about this is the Fnatic comp. This is, you know, you guys took the comp. You took the comp and then you worked them with the comp. How did it feel to be able to kind of hit Fnatic with a little bit of dose of their own medicine, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, you know, watching Fnatic like last year when their Lotus was just like unbeatable, and to now like just demolish them on, you know, their own comp, it feels pretty good, man. I mean, we weren't super expecting that we would play Lotus. I don't think we were the best prepared for it, but I mean, I think we just shot very well. We shot very well.
Looks quite prepared. I mean, well,
Yeah.
to be fair, your shots were you were
Individually,
missing.
it was something else.
Yeah.
You were missing a single shot.
Oh yeah, but then what about the second one? I want to know like what's the thought process behind choosing to go to Abyss? You know, it's a map that we've seen here, but there was some questions open. The same way that you have a lot of tape on what Fnatic does on Lotus, you do not have the same for Abyss. So what was the convincing factor for you to choose that map today?
I mean, we scrimmed them on Abyss, and we kind of destroyed them.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was that, but like, I don't know. I feel like we're just confident right now on like every map, including Abyss. Like our map pool right now is super good.
Scary.
Obviously, we didn't want to get that close on the Abyss, but I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Games, you know, you can't control what the enemies do. They're also playing really good.
I think the same. They feel the same way about you.
Yeah, I
right?
think so as well. So,
No, dude.
yeah.
I mean, well, first things first. We got a tweet that you had earlier on that I want to share with you. You had posted. We talked about it a little in the pre-show.
Yeah.
You had mentioned about you being. I remember this event as well.
Yeah,
We were there together. That's when I
yeah.
saw you after years of not seeing you after the Fortnite World Cup, and you know, you were an influencer here. Now you just defeated, you know, a team that has been prolific in professional Valorant at the champion stage for such a long time now. Is that like a sense of accomplishment for you here?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously we've played Fnatic before in the EMEA, but to actually play him at an international, like at Champions, when I was there 2 years ago, like with him, like it's incredible for me. Like it was one of my dreams to be here, and now to beat Fnatic as well, it's like an even bigger dream. So we're just gonna keep going, keep going now.
Hey man, screw it. He did it once in Shanghai, right?
Sure.
Might as well. We do have a clip as well that I want to share with you. I don't know if you had a chance to see this in the server. You were probably in the middle of the game. This is Rian's on that 4K. One of the many that he had in this game. First things first, how does it feel to know that you got a guy on your team that could legit just pop off at any point in time?
Man, I mean, Enes is like different, but the thing is, all of our team can pop off at any moment.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just Enes, but Enes' Abyss, especially, it's his Sova. I swear to God. Put him on Sova on any single map, this guy will like probably drop 30.
You know, before we went into your matchup, I was saying, to me it's crazy to say, and to even have the thought in my head that an 18-year-old that has only been competed in Tier 1 for this level, to call him the best Sova in the world, but what else
Especially
can I
when
do? What else can I do? Am I supposed to lie?
Yeah, I mean, hey, especially when, you know, Chronicles on the server, you also got guys like Com who have won a world championship. You know, there are some incredible players that fill that role, but you seem to just have been gifted, blessed.
Yeah, very blessed.
Incredibly talented player here. But, you know, of course, last question regarding the matchup. Now that you guys have managed to take down Fnatic, you got Leviathan on the horizon here. We do have the bracket to show you here. How you feel? I know you didn't put much thought into it, but now that this is the reality, you'll be going up against, you know, the likes of Aspas.
Aspas. Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, I would rather play against Lev than G2.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. I mean, we've played them in Shanghai. Like, I feel like I want to play a team that I've never played against before. We've never played against Lev.
So it's not about the matchup, it's more about the experience.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be, like, I don't know, boring to play against G2. Like,
I forgot that we're here for fun.
We're here for fun.
Yeah, of course, always.
How could we? How could we? There is, speaking of G2, we have some fun with this one, shall we? Because this takes us to our Verizon high-speed moment. Earlier, we had some pretty funny moments in the G2 game. Some antics on Abyss and some, you know, falling off of the map from
Ian Bosch, where are you going? I believe I can fly.
Yeah, he definitely can fly, and then they believe that they all can fly.
Fnatic did that to us. They did that to us. They all fell off the map.
Yeah.
As well, on the eco, they all just left.
So I'm here in my bubble, working and just, you know, doing my job. I have no idea what the discourse online is. People apparently were kind of perturbed by that, but you know, that's no different than dying to the spike, right?
Yeah. I mean, it denies, you know, the enemies getting orbs, which is important, but also denies you getting orbs. So it's like, I don't know, some people would do it, some people won't. I guess it just
you know,
depends.
it's kind of like whatever your flavor is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Man, I gotta tell you, having seen your career from, you know, when we first met, like, yay high. Hate to say it, but it's crazy to see you now. I am so incredibly proud of you, man. So really congratulations, dude.
Thanks,
congratulations.
bro.
But of course, the job's not done.
Job's not done. It's only over till we win. Until we win, then we'll call it a day.
Hey, well.
But you still have two chances. You know, you're in the upper brackets. You know that you want to go up against Lev. God knows what's going to happen there, but you will have another chance.
Yes.
But you know, take the first one.
Yeah, always.
always. All right, well, coming up tomorrow, let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule because we have our first 2 elimination matches of the playoffs. We will see Trace taking on DRX, and then Fnatic will go up against G2. You know,
I was going to say, who do you favor on both of them, actually?
What was the first one?
Trace Esports versus DRX?
DRX.
Last Hope Pacific?
DRX winning that one.
Okay, but what about the second one? Because
I mean, that's a difficult one.
Yeah.
I mean, Fnatic are really good, bro. They are really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think
so is G2, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really good. That's the thing. It's champs, bro. Like, it's champs playoffs. Like, everyone's really good. I think if I had to pick one, I'd pick Fnatic.
Yeah, hey,
I'll
you know what?
EMEA.
Hold it down for the EMEA boys. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. Benji, I want to thank you, brother, once again for, you know, congratulations on the win. Thank you for coming onto the desk. You're welcome here anytime. But that is going to do it for us here today. And what a day it has been. Some great matches across the board. And we close out with 2 2-0s, which honestly didn't see that one happening.
Didn't feel like it.
Did not feel like that at all. But don't worry, folks. Tomorrow we have plenty more action right here. Same time, same place. Elimination matches. We're going to send 2 teams home. And we're getting closer and closer to the top of the mountain. We'll see you guys tomorrow live from Seoul. For the 5th time this year, these two teams will take the stage against one another. Last time they met, it was for a trophy in the Americas region. This time, it's an opportunity for them to continue their journey to lift the biggest trophy at all in VALORANT.
Takes away. That's a snappy shot onto King, but you still got the raid boss on the other side. And he delivers again for G2, the Red Bull clutch. And yeah, King gets caught that shoot. And yeah, King gets caught that shooter at the pit. Assuming the gun doesn't come up in time. How in the world does King get to? This again decides OT, or we're headed to Abyss. Fallon holds the line. There's the flank, that could be the deadliest, that could be the most dangerous. It did get to half. He's come through by himself. And again, position given away. G2 cannot close the deal. Leviathan stands strong and they take Icebox.
It's so damning on the mental.
Yeah, especially in this last one. And now King is doing that. Trent was on his way down. Tom trying to at least get it to half. Fallon's not able to settle shot, finally connects, but now he's left alone in a 1v2. Got to deliver against Icebox on the other side. The time is in his favor. The wide swing. Fallon gets the 4. The Red Bull clutch for G2. As Trent gets another 2v2. They're both so weak, though. They cannot stand. They cannot deliver a map worthy of the #1 seed. Leviathan obliterate G2 on Abyss.
Another intense regional matchup. Heretics and Fnatic have clashed so many times in the past, but this time around, it's different.
He's reading the crossfires relatively well. Takes away another hold on. It's game back on. Smoke back up into heaven though, so the options get limited. Woot's already found Alpha. Down to just one.
Nice,
Both can't do
Let's
it
go,
alone.
boys. Well played.
Knife.
Yeah, we can knife. Go.
Going for the knife.
The man in the
Yes.
hour. Oh my god, he's
Do
doing
it.
it. Oh! 13-3. A reminder, don't stand up against Heretics. These boys mean business today, Josh. Going on, maybe hearing an audio cue, but he didn't expect it to be so close.
Oh!
But then now there needs to be a fight back here. Wait, he's still there, he's still defusing. Gets it half Benji! I told you this guy could clutch. Oh, and he's still doing it! Almost all himself, and they fall. Fnatic crushed under the weight of Heretics here. Did he try and save the day here after the mistake made earlier?
They get half.
It wasn't even his fault. It was all hero, but Duggan becomes one himself. This guy's sharp. Rienzo holding it down for 3. They've secured at least OT here. Rienz is having a round, and Heretics never believed in the old gods, taking themselves further forward with 14-12.
Sure? Maybe. Tracy's push with Leviathan and they drew the group stage first seed. Players' individual skill is very nice. I think China team, they are very aggressive and the playstyle is pretty unpredictable. But for Pacific teams, they like to play in the strategies. They like to play together and compare the Chinese team. But we know how they play because we have played a lot of scrimmage with them. So I can predict the Chinese team and then we can beat them.
I'm ready.
Easy.